welcome to day 2 of our Media Freedom Festival. Today we are looking at AI. This is a workshop slash masterclass where we've got 2 fantastic speakers, facilitators who will take us through AI.
Like when you're kind of adopting a strategy of how you're going to go forward with AI, bigger newsrooms, bigger organizations have like tech departments, right, of developers who are building things. But small organizations are probably going to have to kind of think about those things in-house. Like, who of our journalists, who of our people might actually go with this and run with this? Why they might be interested in that. Even though you might break your back, like learning to code with ChatGPT, they might get into a situation where you can just describe what you kind of want things to do, and it might be able to do that for you.
The talks of generative AI producing news on behalf of organizations, it eventually became the case that there was no new news coming into the cycle. The embedded journalists were reporting on each other's reports. And when that became obvious to the general public, the trust in the outcome of that journalism disappeared instantly.
In instances like courtrooms, for example, how do we draw the line by trying to obviously, get the foundation of maybe asking ChatGPT to help you with your opening statements, and obviously then leading into you getting fake case law that you probably just got on ChatGPT or on AI.
Our intuitions for content will change. Like, I think mine already have to some extent. Like, there are certain posts where you can tell, like, I think a robot wrote this, and I know I earlier said you can't, and you can't if you do it well enough.
There are certain people and certain things and certain topics where it's very difficult to convince someone otherwise, regardless of how much evidence you give them, how much everything you give them, right? These upper systems, these tech companies are essentially controlling, to a large extent, what gets flagged, right, as misinformation. So even if something that's correct, if it gets shared like too many times, then it's like, this is possibly problematic.
We're not saying no AI, we're saying be open about how you've used AI and let the person who's reading the article judge. Do they trust that amount of AI inside that article?
And we do know that more and more money is being poured into these systems, more computing power, more data, and probably at some point better algorithms and better architecture. And all of that means that we should just be prepared for the future to get really weird.